Hello everyone! Welcome back to the Casual Carry. My name is Ciderhelm and I will be playing Teemo today. We got a lot of interesting stuff to talk about. Actually, not that much interesting stuff to talk about. Teemo is a fairly simple and straightforward champion, but hopefully the game will be somewhat enjoyable. Now, I am likely going to be up against Zed, but their entire team terrifies me. And in fact, most teams terrify me as Teemo, but their team in particular is going to be all about whether I can get mushrooms pre-placed a little later in the game, so they are actively stepping on it and they're all getting hit by it, because they have a very close-in AoE team. They're going to have no problems in close proximity, and I'm really hoping that my mushrooms are in place, because if they're not, we are likely to have me as a non-contributor, because almost every one of them can also kill me if they choose to, or at least keep their distance if they cannot. So that's kind of scary to me. Now, we probably ought to be invading, just in case Adamumu really wants to get his blue buff. But unfortunately, I don't have the same communication I ought to when I'm doing these recordings, because I do have to focus on the narration, which also has the tendency to penalize my ability to last hit, or to focus in extreme moments, but maybe that's just an excuse, because maybe I'm just bad at it anyway. Actually, I know I am. But this should nonetheless be a pretty good game. I do like going up against Zeds. There's not a whole lot of finesse to it. It's a matter of, do I sometimes narrowly avoid getting hit by him or not? Looks like we've got something going on down here. Can we do anything about it? Yeah, we can. And that's actually pretty fantastic. That's a good way to start this. Dropping that ward not necessarily the best way to start it, because it means I don't have it at mid lane, but that's actually not that big of a deal. It's only going to be a couple short minutes without it. And unfortunately, the other side of this is I'm going to miss just a little bit of experience, which means I'm going to be just a little bit behind. And if he is smart, he's going to start harassing me basically immediately. We will see if he actually does that, because he can. He can push me out of lane as long as he's landing his abilities on me very, very effectively, very quickly. But we'll see. On the other hand, I can also harass him and then take a whole bunch of damage that I don't need to take. Or he can let me do that. I am running a more survivable mage build than I normally do. Normally I go really super troll and go just like straight glass cannon 30-0-0. But I'm actually running some health regen among other things, and I am running just a little bit of health regen in the masteries. I'm running a little bit of health regen. I think I'm running health regen in the my quintessences as well, but I'm not totally sure about that. I've got a little bit of attack speed in there as well. But basically, I think that I'm running somewhat more survivable than normal. That is particularly because I have been coming across so many assassins like this Zed recently, and I really want to not struggle too hard with that. So that is my answer to it. And this guy is fortunately not aiming for me in a lot of this, so I am getting a lot of very pleasant, harass-free early game experience. And last hitting. I'm actually getting away with last hitting. I'm normally awful at this. All right. So one of the questions I have had was, you know, I said short-range champions tend to be a little bit more survivable, or at least a little bit more able to handle mobile champions when mobile champions decide to engage. However, Teemo, somebody correctly brought up, is actually, especially AP Teemo, is actually particularly vulnerable to, let's see, what's going on here. Does he know? He's acting like he knows. And what, are we going to get this? No, that's fine though. Man, I'm just coming out of here. All that minion damage, it just doesn't even matter. I'm so tempted to just flash. It's not going to be enough. I know it's not going to be enough, but it's so close to being enough. And let's see. He wants to... Oh, very nice. I could probably, the next time my queue's up, flash. But I'm not totally sold. I'm not totally sold on it. Oh, come on. Come on. Can't now. He's been regenning some health here. Oh, man, I'm so close to being able to just outright kill him. See, now I've lost total track of my narration because, for good reason, because I am looking to pick up a kill on an assassin, which is pretty rare to be able to do. And that wouldn't have been necessarily certain death. I didn't necessarily need to do that. I did lose my opportunity by doing that. But I do get to kind of bully the lane out a little bit. Neither of them can stay here anymore. Amumu actually can't, especially when he's low on mana. He can't secure a kill on me. So I'm going to have an opportunity to actually push us back towards his tower while he's recalled. And let's see if I can actually get over here. At the very least, he's going to be struggling. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, it wasn't in range. I just used a new heal. The new heal actually has a pretty decent range. I did try to target it as close to him as I could, but it apparently was not quite close enough, which is highly unfortunate. But it wasn't just like totally crazy that I burned my heal there, because it is actually something you target, and your closest opponent, or your closest ally, does get healed as a result of it within that range. So it's actually pretty... It's overall really incredibly solid now. So I need to get out of here. And what I have to do against a Zed is pick up Seeker's Arm Guards. I have to do it, especially since he just picked up that kill. There's no way for me to avoid it. This is what allows me to kind of survive a little bit of burst. And I'm actually going to pick this up to be on the super, super safe end. In fact, I will bring one of my ward brethren to mid lane with me. So just so I can keep a little bit more track of what he's doing, where he's going. So I was talking about Teemo's relative vulnerability. Now, Teemo's closest analog is Kayle. They're very similar champions in a lot of respects. They're both very short range. They both have auto attacks that are very strong. They both scale they both have kind of the same concept on a Q. They're very, very similar champions. Well, let me focus on last hitting here. And let me warn my allies that my opponent is gone from lane. And, okay, unfortunately, he's going to see me placing that. And another analog, sort of an analog, doesn't play the same, but kind of the same, short range, but fairly squishy, is Zilean. And then you've got a lot of bulky, short range heroes as well, champions as well. Oh, no, 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 don't pick up all the kills, Zed. This is going to be terrible for me. I want you to not pick up any kills. Oh, no. Anyway, the difference is, as you may guess from hearing those champions, the difference actually is that... Let me do a little map awareness. Oh, God. There's no way I'm going to pick him off. I'm going to try, though. I don't think he's going to come back this way. I think he's probably recalling. It's unfortunate. Oh, man. Oh, man. He's gone. Oh, beautiful. Q has a very nice range on it. Anyway, the difference between those champions and Teemo is Teemo's ult... Here's me being a bad player. Teemo... Here's me attempting to get away. Here's me... Oh, no. Whoa. You know, putting my mushroom in range of a vision ward that I know is there. Maybe not the smartest. Anyway... Teemo's ultimate is utility. It makes him one of the most interesting and totally different champions in the game. He is genuinely a totally unique champion. He does not fit, like they classify him as a marksman, but he's not a marksman. He plays more like, you can build him more like a fighter. You can build him more like a mage. You've got options, but the one thing he is not a whole lot like is a marksman, which is fine. But I think a lot of people kind of, you know, like his complete utility aspect to him, how he just doesn't play like anything else in League. I do want to place this mushroom. So I like to lay landing strips here. But anyway, that's what makes him different. He gets that utility, but he gives up the invulnerability that both Kayle and Zilean have. He just straight up gives those up. Oh, that's going to be good. I should be getting more harass on this guy. It's actually very easy for me to do so when he's... Especially when he steps on a shroom and he doesn't decide to. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no. Oh, I had a heal. That's right. Oh, my God, I had my heal available, which is incredibly unfortunate. That was a guaranteed kill. Because I would have had time to get my Q off as well. I was trying to spam my Q out there. That is highly, highly unfortunate. My fault. Breaks my heart. But anyway, Kayle, Zilean both have ults that keep them alive. And other champions tend to be more survivable, so that's why Teemo is so vulnerable to every champion in the league. It has taken me forever to actually finish those words, but now they have been finished. And there you go. All right. So this Zed is 3-1-0, and that is dangerous. I'm 2-1-1, but the Zed is the one who can, like, seriously dangerously snowball. If he's staying here. Oh my god, am I going to get an opportunity? No. He's not going to give me that opportunity. Wow. And I'm going to actually play some of these mushrooms real quick. Without him seeing. I'm so sad that he has not actually stepped on this mushroom yet. And are we going to do this? Yep. Okay. I'm kind of amazed that just happened. But that just happened. So he shouldn't have stuck around, but that's still kind of awkwardly cool that just happened. So I'm going to place one more. Normally I actually place these kind of a landing strip in the lane, just a little out. But actually, since I have the opportunity now, I might as well place him here. This one should be placed more like, if you saw... Okay, so here's Teemo Mushroom Theory 101. You want to go where people actually walk. You want to kind of keep attention to edges that people actually get really close to when they're coming in for a gank, things like that. Paths that people actually go, and that's not always in brush. A lot of people just like focus solely on brush, but actually once your opponents figure out that all the brushes is shroomed, they react to that pretty smartly. So let's see if I can do this. So I want to get one here too. And he knows I'm here. I don't think it matters. I've got to... I think he's like terrified of me, which is kind of awesome. Poop. What are you gonna do? Oh, come on, come on, come on. What are you doing? Oh, no. Oh, I'll have to come out this way. I didn't want to. I keep backing off, like thinking I'm going to outrange it, but I'm not quite successfully doing it. So, I tend to max my E, by the way, if you're wondering about my masteries, my runes. Again, I'm going kind of a slightly more just pure tank with a little bit of survivability, runes, masteries. But I tend to max my E. You always want to max your E. I think pretty much on every build of Teemo, you usually want to be maxing your E. And if you're going for more of a hybrid thing, like... Okay, and then Q is usually second, and then W is usually third. But what I was going to say is if you're going more of a hybrid thing, there are some top lane matchups where you actually want more points in your W just so you can, like, permakite. But that's not... I'm not really the biggest expert on, like, super hybrid Teemo, but I don't think that's common for every matchup. So usually you want to go E, Q, and then W's third. It's not like W is the baddest skill, but the E and the Q are really good skills, and they bring a whole lot to the table. Okay. I'm very happy that got a successful last hit there. I'm going to place that one right there, just for the future. And let's see if I can just go ahead and... Wow, this guy's kind of letting me get away with murder, to be honest. I mean, he's getting some counter harass, but I didn't think I was that tanky, but I guess I am. I've got to place another shroom soon. That's too bad. All right, that's fine. Whatever, I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I gotta place this mushroom again. And I think his ward's still around too, so he knows that I just placed it. And I'm just letting him. That's unfortunate. I don't want him to have it. Oh, somebody's there. I know it. I can feel it. He can play it safe. He can keep his distance from me. Like, there's not a whole lot I can do other than burn W and put myself out of position. Until I see everybody. That's not so bad. And make sure I'm going to get that one. Good. Now I've got another mushroom I've got to place. And I wonder if I can do this. I think I can. All right. Should I... This Teemo build, or AP Teemo, I actually tend to really appreciate going... And this is why Teemo's amazing. Oh my god, this is why he is the most amazing champion ever. And I really should not overstay my welcome, because that Amumu is just waiting for his opportunity. Okay. But see, this is like, I've got the lane. The lane is mine. Totally mine. And what are people going to do to me? Nothing, because the lane is totally, completely mine. They want to do something to me, but they ain't going to be able to do something to me. And that's just how it's going to be. What do I want to go for items? I've got this already. I can just outright. I mean, why pass that opportunity up? I'm going to pick up boots as well here. And I wanted to get a Twin Shadow. I keep calling it Twin Fang because I like Cassiopeia so much. Twin Shadow is actually a pretty solid item. I know people, Teemo players actually like, AP Teemo players actually like Twin Shadow a lot. But I don't normally pick it up. But I have, like, especially with the change, with the new, like, cheap item on the way that gives you that movement speed, I really like that a lot. So I want to get it, and I probably will. And probably if this, well, certainly if this was not a Zed I was against, I would. I would have done it already. So place some mushroom here. I got to get these mushrooms down or they're never going anywhere. Mushroom here. Okay, that's good. This is all good. Hey. Oh, this is glorious. Glorious, glorious, glorious. Zed should be able to do a little more effectively against me. All right. And that's why you create a landing strip. Okay. Oh my god, that's gotta sting. Now, what I'm gonna do is come down and help out, because I have been very selfishly looking just at my own lane, which Teemo actually normally does, but... yeah, he knows. Come on, come on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. And beautiful. Beautifully played. I do get a little quiet during those times because I do have to concentrate on the play. I found that when I try to talk through the play, I just completely fumble it up. We can take this. I mean, there's nothing that would prevent us from it other than a rogue Zed or something. As it appears. But it doesn't even matter. I have, if he wants to ult me, I have my Zhonya's back up. And I know he wants to. Alright, staying on the outer edge here. I'm going to pick this up. And pray. Yes! The only way to go. Oh, I can't do this again. Oh, come on, come on. Come on, Leona. Come on, Leona. Come on, Leona. Oh, I can, because I've got heal. Right. Oh, no! I got over... I got overconfident, like by a huge margin. Oh, God. Oh, God. What's happening to my team? What has happened? Oh, well, that's okay. We're going to win. Let's see. Twin Shadows. Here's what I was talking about. The Etherwisp, I have no idea how to pronounce. None at all. But it is a fantastically beautiful item. Against this team, they've got enough mobility that I'm not totally sold on picking it up, but I'm not sure the English. I'm not sure the English is working in my vocabulary as much as I like. Here we go. Do I want to pick up an early, like super early distortion? I'd have to wait a little bit. Nah. Oh god, I've got to get a mushroom out. This is the worst. I should place this ward. I'm going to just place like a long-term ward right here for when they attempt to tower dive us there. And then somebody's going to die, and it's going to be amazing. Let's see. Can I pick this up? And can I do something good here? Probably. Oh no. They know I'm here. It's okay, because I don't think they're doing anything about it. I have to be careful. Flanking is super, super dangerous. Oh, come on. No, I just can't risk it. I cannot risk it. It's way too dangerous. Oh no, she already popped my mushroom. Boy, that sounds really awkward when you put it that way. Let's go ahead and get out of here. And trap there. I'm kind of amazed. I am kind of amazed that, so they're really low. We got to get over here. Like, this is a really good opportunity if we can get here fast enough to pick people off. That's going to break my heart. Yeah, I could flash for it, but it'd be super dangerous to do. All right. Yeah, if you watch the Team Coast vs. Curse game, that was earlier today, from when I'm recording this. That was kind of a huge example of why you don't flank on squishy champions. There was a Yasuo in that game, and they had a Renekton. Talking about Curse here. They had a Renekton, and the Renekton had teleport. So anyway, here's a lesson. When you have 4 or 5 squishy champions, which Team Coast did, and you are relying on your entire team strategy being poke, don't flank when you don't see your opponents. You only see one. Don't attempt to flank that one when flanking puts you in the enemy territory. That's what happened. They got flanked hard and actually lost the game mostly on that team fight, and then partly off somebody not paying quite enough attention to where they were on the map and walking into the entire team. I don't think intentionally. I don't think there was any strategic value to what they were trying to do. Don't do what Team Coast did, because they threw a game that they really did not need to throw. I don't have enough mana now, but... Oh, man. Let's see. Do we have enough here? I think we do. I think we're going to pick the skill up. Yeah, for sure. Oh, it's so glorious. So glorious. This is why you have to pick up Zhonya's, by the way. Like, you just absolutely 1,184% must pick up I'm going to die. Amumu's sitting over there. I am going to... Oh, shit. I'm going to... Speaking of paying attention to narration over the game, it's very easy to dodge what just killed me. All you have to do is move. But I was actually pointing out how Amumu is going to be waiting over there too. We're going to lose Baron here. You still burning a sad mummy tear. We're going to lose Baron here. No, we're not. We got this. There's no way we could lose Baron here. No, we got it. That was a nice knockback. Good timing on it. We're going to lose a bunch of people here. Oh, come on. You got to pick that off because I'm going to get an assist off it. No. Yes, 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 yes. Ah, poop. Oh, well. It's not the end of the world. What was I going to build? Twin Shadows. And I'm going to get rid of this. I should have used it a long time ago, but I haven't used it a long time ago. Oh, yeah, whatever. I'll pick that up. Let's get out of here. Anyway, is there anything else interesting about Teemo? Like, it really is all about figuring out where people are going to walk. So here, and I had another mushroom on the opposite side that nobody ever stepped in, but the middle and bottom ones they have. Oh, hi. You know what? Whatever. You're going to die. And that whole exchange was kind of awkward, but I don't want to take any more. Like, I don't even want to have the risk of dying after that whole awkward exchange. Oh, jeez. That scared the hell out of me. Lulu coming in. Anyway. So, I do like creating the landing strips. And normally, see, Teemo can normally just hold the lane really just fine on his own. But I've actually been moving between the lanes quite a bit to help out my team. I find a lot of Teemo players really don't do that enough. But in top lane, you can sort of get away with it because you're guaranteed to win the lane. If you start doing well, you're guaranteed to win the lane. And so you can just keep pushing, keep holding that lane, and keep being like the biggest nuisance on the planet. I am more than a little scared here. I don't have my Twin Fangs, which is a huge problem. Twin Shadow. Oh god, and that's not, and I do have my Twin Shadow, by the way. That's not even the words I'm trying to use. My Zhonya's Hourglass I do not have. God, I can't do this. I can do that though. 5-man. Oh, it was so close! It was so close! Yes. I don't know how many of you were watching my Zhonya's timer there. I made a big, awful play, which is pretty standard for me. But it was all about that Zhonya's timer. It must have been within a half second. Oh well, that's the life Teemo lives. Boy, people hate Teemo. I hate playing against Teemo. He is the worst champion in League of Legends. Like, the most toxic champion in League of Legends is Teemo. But when I play him, I feel like a god given birth to Runeterra. I feel like the minions of Runeterra owe me their lives and their livelihood. Because if they do not feel the same way, they'll find mushrooms in their cabbage. All right, let's get out of here. God, I have 3 mushrooms again. I gotta place this. All right. I'm kind of watching my minimap at the same time here. I hope I didn't have my heal available, because that's going to be really awkward if I did. Goodbye. Oh, what a glorious. There's my heal too. Didn't even need it. Man, I probably should have used my Twin Shadow. It's really just something I don't build very often on Teemo, but I've started to adopt it. I really do like the item that builds into it, the Ether Wisp. I think it's the coolest item ever made. For a low tier item, it really is awesome. How many of them are? Oh, all of them. Okay. I guess that's a reason for me to not be here. All right. And I'm out of mana too. Probably ought to get out of here. Oh, right. I want to pick up Distortion. I can't. I can't get this and pick up Distortion right now. So I'm just going to go here and pick up my blue buff. Am I really 18-4 and 5? This poor Zed. Zed can kill me, but he had to do well really early on to do it. Now we can't. Now it's up to me to like really just royally screw up. But he could have. He could have won this game. But he is not the god of Runeterra, whereas I am. And that's a big deal. Oh god, please don't have vision here. Okay. I know they've got wards here. Oh, oh, okay. Okay. I think you all expected us to do something a little different. This is so risky. And I really should. I like placing mushrooms. If you watch where I'm about to place this one, I love like this spot right here. Because minions don't usually pop that one. And I love it like on the other side too. But those are the ones that people run through when they're trying to escape. It's fantastic. So I'll place one right here. If I can get up here, I'll place them in there. But I don't want them to see me placing it. Like that's kind of a big deal too. I know they want to initiate on us. I'd want to initiate on us. I'd be so pissed at us. But that's cool. All right. We've got a good deal of poke here. If we're going to just keep this up, it should be another decent one. Now, blind is really good to save for the AD carry, but I'm really bad at doing so. Like, I just try to burst down whoever I see. And I think that's acceptable play. Oh. Oh. Well, I'm dead, but I just want to throw this out here. Like, as they're all treacherously dying here, I just want to throw out my message that I was saying. Oh, come on. Come on. Walk over the shroom. Oh my god, every one of them! The Tristana walked away. I think the Tristana is legitimately going to avoid everything. Come on, do I have one? No, I got no mushrooms here. Wait, but keep chasing. She could have juked any number of places by now. Let me get my distortion. All right. Should I sell? I should. I should sell this and I should start building like... Yeah, it's just going to take me a second. So anyway, speaking of thinking about where to place mushrooms based on where people are likely to go, this mushroom, this mushroom, this mushroom, all of them got procced. This mushroom, all of them got procced. That was all planning on where people normally travel. You've got to think about what people normally do. And when you do that, that's when your Teemo mushrooms become the most annoying thing on the planet. So I'm not just going and placing them in random bushes. Oh my god. Okay. What a fun champion. I would be infuriated to be playing against me right now. I would just be absolutely infuriated. We had a game the other day where we were about 45 minutes in. Oh, this is actually kind of bad. We had a game the other day where... And what are you going to do? Oh, you went all the way back there, huh? Oh, that's right. And do you have anything to say? Where we went like 45 minutes in, and we lost everything down to our inhibitor. I guess we're kind of low. We lost everything down to our inhibitor. No, our Nexus. And we had like one tower left with one inhibitor on it. And that's all we had. And like, you want to know obnoxious Teemo? This was an amazing game. If you look at my match history, if it's still around when you're looking at it, there's a game where I have like 29 kills. It's because for about the next 20 minutes, all I did, I sold my boots and got even more AP, and the only thing I did was go into siege mode Teemo, where I was placing so many shrooms around the base. Oh, this tower. Okay, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I can just ignore her. Yeah, and we won the game because they repeatedly kept coming in, but they couldn't finish the Nexus off. There was one point where like our team was out, and they, you know, you could say this is awful because I wasn't there with the team, but I couldn't actually catch up to the team. There was a point where we got into like a team fight, and it was a 4v5 team fight. Maybe we shouldn't have gotten into it, and I wasn't with the team, and my whole team died, and there were 3 or 4 people left, and they couldn't take the Nexus because of the shrooms. This is the most obnoxious little devil champion on the planet, but he's so adorable and he's so fun. When you play him, when you're doing well, nothing will put a smile on your face. Nothing will put a smile on your face like watching people run over your mushrooms. It's really amazingly, godly, incredibly, ostensibly. I'm not even sure what ostensibly means, but I'm going to include that word in there too, because it sounds like it's a word that fits right in here. If you don't play Teemo yet, you're probably a better person than me. All right. Yeah, I'm going to get so much shit for saying all this after what I said about Italy. But Teemo honestly is kind of toxic as well. Like, if I'm going to be just totally honest, I'm willing to say that. But Teemo also isn't safe the way Nidalee is. That's kind of where I was going with that. And I have nothing against Nidalee. Like, I knew I was taking a very controversial stand when I made that video. I have nothing against Nidalee. I do think her power needs to be rebalanced. The way I said that video was intentionally to spark conversation, and it really did a good job of that. Some of the best conversations, like best comments I've ever seen on Reddit and in the chat, just on both sides. It was incredible. I really liked it. Hi, this is my mushroom. But her problem is basically she's just too safe for a long-range champion. She actually breaks the mold of champion balance, and not in a good way. But that doesn't mean you have to nerf her. That's not actually where I was going with that at all. Oh, poop. I'm sad. Are you... I think we're good. And... oh, man. This is so brutal. This is so brutal. If they don't surrender, I'd be kind of surprised. But anyway, going to the Nidalee thing, like I do think that she doesn't need to lose any power. I think AP Nidalee is fine. What I have a problem with is the balance, particularly of the Javelin combined with the Pounce. I think that her long range and her mobility is a problem. I think the raw power of the Javelin is a problem. And that's not as obscene of a stance to take as ever, especially if I'm, you know, hoping that her actual power level doesn't just drop off the face of the earth as a result. I'm not trying to get just that nerfed and nothing else. I would much prefer... Here's the game. I would much prefer... There we go. That her power was shifted, like her bushwhack was made into a more viable AoE ability. I don't know, there's going to be people who are against that. But anyway, just something to shift that power so not all of her damage potential is coming out of one ability. That's where the toxicity is coming in. Anyway, good way to close that game out. That was a fantastic game. I kind of didn't expect it to be so amazing, but there it is. Now I'm going to tell you right up front, my damage is going to be godlike on this graph. Click it. Exactly. And this is actually nothing to say... GG. It's nothing good or bad about Teemo. It's just when you have AoE champions, especially AoE champions that aren't necessarily always picking up kills, but are like doing a lot of damage consistently to teams because they're walking over mushrooms, etc. When you have those champions, they tend to be way ahead of other champions on the damage chart. It still makes me feel like the god of Runeterra. The little furry, adorable god. Anyway, thank you for watching the Casual Carry. I have really appreciated your support. Have a good afternoon, a good evening, and a good night. Stay tuned for the next episode. If you haven't watched our weekly podcast, make sure... we started the weekly league, Philol and I. That was a fantastic experience, and we're going to be doing that, as the name implies, weekly. That'll be a lot of fun. And what else is there to say? There will be another Learn the League video on range and vision and how the two work together. That'll be... Well, I've got too many videos coming out too quickly, and I'm trying not to like overload on my channel, but that'll be soon. So stay tuned.